Welcome back. Well, Lisa is our very own Catwoman, but it looks like she's got her claws into Batman himself. We'll cross back to her at the Comic-Con of the RD. But first, let's take a look at her next guest in action as Bruce Wayne in Gotham.
You know why we're destined to be best friends? Because we're very much alike. You are, as I used to be, at war with your true nature. You must truly embrace it if you ever want to be free. I'm just trying to help you.
Trying to help me. By torturing Alfred? Trying to destroy Gotham by shooting Selina? You think we're alike because there's a darkness inside both of us. But the difference is, I know how to control mine.
Well, good morning. That was David Mazouz, a.k.a. Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman, who was in the hit show Gotham. And with me now is Bruce Wayne himself. Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm good. Very glad to be here.
Delighted, because you're here at Comic-Con in the RDS. This is your first time here. You're literally hot off the platform, just off the plane, literally, from Los Angeles yesterday, hanging around Dublin.
Yeah, I'm loving Dublin. I did a walking tour yesterday.
Yeah.
I got my hat stolen.
What?
Yeah.
That's desperate. How do we treat our guests? That's terrible. You had a nice time, though, at least.
It was like, no, I had a great time. And I cannot believe how tall the spire is.
Indeed. All the way up.
Yeah.
Good. And you're heading to the Cliffs of Moher. That's where you want to go next.
Yeah, I really want to see it. I mean, I've heard by countless sources, so I'm sure it's a reliable statement, that the pictures do not do them justice.
Absolutely
They're
not.
Unbelievable in person.
And we have a glorious sunshine day for you as well, so he's going to head off to that. Here in Comic-Con, obviously Gotham, you have so many fans, even behind us here, they're excited to meet you today. The series was tremendous. What was it like to play Batman?
It was an experience that I'll never forget. There's so much that goes into 5 years of your life, you know, and so there was ups and downs, but overall, I mean, being able to be a part of this mythos that has been around for over 80 years and just to play such a complex, rich role is an unbelievable experience I'll never forget.
Tremendous for such a young guy. So just everybody at home, if you don't know, you're only 18 years old and you started the role when you were 13, isn't that right?
Yeah.
How do you even get your head around something like that?
I don't. I still can't believe it. I really still can't believe it.
And of course, you had such an exciting time on the show as well, because Jaden Smith was there, Will Smith was wandering around. You did a table read as well, didn't you?
Yeah, well, Jada Pinkett Smith was on the show. She played Fish Mooney in the first season, and she came back in seasons 2 and 3 also. And so I think their company, the Smiths company, Overbrook, was producing some movie, and so they asked me to come for a table read that Jaden was in, and so I got to meet them all. And Will was on set a lot because, you know, Jada was in the show, and so
what's he like?
He's the nicest guy.
He is the nicest guy.
He is the nicest guy.
Yes, I know this.
Yeah.
I've interviewed him before in Hancock and many other movies, but he genuinely is that kind of person, happy-go-lucky, full of life.
Yeah, absolutely. just like the sweetest personality. Like, you meet him, you're like, oh, I want to be you. You know, you're just so nice. Just really, really so nice.
Now, taking on a role like Batman, I would imagine you had to do a lot of research. So we want to know, who is your favourite Batman over the years? Because I have my favourite.
My favourite has to be Christian Bale for a couple of reasons. Number one, I grew up with him. He was my first introduction to Batman. I vividly remember being at my friend's eight-year-old, he was turning eight, his birthday party, sleepover party, and I was watching The Dark Knight for the first time. It was the first time I'd ever seen Batman. And I was like, wow, okay. You are awesome. And that was like, yeah, that. And then also I think Christian Bale was the last person to play Batman before I started the role. And so I think the writers just kind of wrote Bruce Wayne for Gotham as a young Christian Bale more than any other young incarnation. And so, yeah, he was definitely my inspiration. For sure, the one closest to my heart. He's my Batman.
Oh, he is. Mine too. Absolutely love him tremendously. I mean, at such a young age, you started acting at 8, and your mother is here beside me, so she's keeping a close eye on you. You worked with Kiefer Sutherland in Touch.
Yeah. That's
tremendous. For 2 seasons. Tell me about Kiefer. There's a lovely little story there.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy also. He always looked after me. Touch was my first kind of introduction to this world and my first regular steady job that I worked on for more than 3 days. And Kiefer he was like a father figure to me. He was always looking out for me, always making sure that I was okay. He gave me a guitar for my 12th birthday.
Oh, really?
He gave me a Taylor guitar. And it's just, yeah, it's just awesome. Just the sweetest guy.
Well, the thing is, he's actually, not even now that he's a TV star, he's also a music star, because he's touring with Muse at the moment.
Yeah, and so when...
I don't even know this.
Yeah, he got back into it right after we finished Touch, and when he released his first album, he sent me a copy of it before it came out, and he said, in the letter that he wrote me, he said, because I wrote... when I was like 11, I wrote a song called "Dog, Won't You Buy Me a Drink," and I learned how to play it on the guitar. And I was playing it for him on set one day, and he loved it. But then, like a year later, he sent me this tape, and he said, "You playing that song, seeing somebody so young, kind of like so passionate about music, inspired me to get back into music again."
There you go. You heard it here first. And the funny thing about you is that not only have you done work with John Krasinski in The Office, there's so much we can talk about. But the one thing I want everyone to know is that you're heading to Stanford next year to study economics. How bright is this, guy? So you're not giving up acting, you're keeping it going. And I reckon you're going to be the next CEO of Disney. I know you are. Stanford University, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a good 4 years.
You're going to have so many people coming up to you just going, you know, there's Batman, there's Batman.
Yeah.
What's next for you then? You've got a couple of roles which you can't say, isn't that right?
Yeah, a couple of things that are in the works, but nothing fully set, so I can't really talk about them yet. But like I told you, it kind of limits what I can take. I can't really do shows or anything long term anymore because I'm going to school next year.
Sure.
But I guess the ideal plan is stay in school and keep auditioning and do things over the summer or take a quarter off to do a movie or a limited series and definitely keep working. And I want to. I really want to produce and direct and act.
Like I said, Leonardo DiCaprio, Spielberg, watch out. This is David Mazouz. Thank you so much for being with us today. It is Back to the Batcave with Simon and Laura.
There you go.
How lovely.
That's one of the biggest shows in the States. And a good pal of mine, Sean Pertwee, plays Albert the butler in it.
Must have been an amazing experience to be on something like that has a huge following, has a big budget.
Incredible. I remember I did, there's Sean there now, I did Alpha Papa, the Alan Partridge movie with Sean. And I remember him at the time saying that he had the auditions for it.
Oh, really?
And he was thinking, because you see, it's one season, you think, it'll be, if he gets it, great. And he got it, and he moved with the family over to New York, and they've been there now for 5 years, I think, 6 years.
So you do have to relocate, because presumably filming is, what,
10 months a year.
Is it
yeah,
that
10
long?
months a year, because they do, I think, up to 20 episodes a season. But it's just phenomenal success, the size of the show. I think it's finishing up now.
It's such a great event, Comic-Con release is today. We had Manu on earlier on. Ronan texted in to say Manu must have absolutely made his fans' day when he brought him into the interview. It was lovely. I hope his mammy was watching the show. He seems like a gent and he gave Irish speaking a go. Go on, Manu. Lovely people there today.
He said.